so sometimes what happens is you'll do your promotion, you'll do all this stuff, you'll build everything up, you'll get it going, you'll grind on it, you'll grind on it, you'll grind on it, and then you'll rock and roll, and then it'll feel like it's a little bit stagnated, like flat. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, what do I got to do right now? I mean, what do I do? So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to talk about exactly how to fix a brand that feels a little bit stagnated, or if you're trying to take the brand to the next level, or you're trying to expand the brand to the next level, you're like, I have no idea what I want to do. I don't want to be known as this. I want to be known as that. How do we do this? How do we fix it? What do we got to work with? Before we get into that, please do me a solid, lovely favor. Subscribe to the channel, like on the post, comment on the post, share the post. Help me reach as many people as I can, because I'm trying to help as many people as I can every single day. So with that, let's get into what to do when your brand gets stagnant or you want to reinvent your brand. So as you start, you immediately just start talking about what you know. You're like, I know this, I know that, I describe this, I describe that, this is my business, this is how I make money, this is how I do this is how I do this. So you start there, because it's just what you know. But then what happens is over time you start to get the same kind of thing going, and then you want to change it up, and then you want to do this. Phone is ringing. Cut. So where do you even begin? So when I look at what's been happening on social media and all this stuff, unfortunately, a lot of the organic stuff's getting pushed down because you've got, it's favoring controversy. Like it wants you to forward this controversial thing. And anybody that follows me knows how anti that I am. I'm like, hey man, like just stay out of it from a professional viewpoint. Don't get involved. Don't get involved with the craziness. Don't get involved with the insanity. Keep it simple and keep it about yourself. So what do you do when it's feeling a little bit stagnant, or you want to change, or you're doing something? So if you're working at this one thing and you've been known for this one thing, and you've been like, it brings me money, but I also have more knowledge. I want to expand. I want to become something larger. I want to build this out. So what's the first thing you got to look at? Well, number one, you can't totally eradicate the thing that helped you grow, okay? Can't totally just cut it off and say, I'm not doing this anymore. You can, but it's not a fast shift. It's got to be done over time. So the next thing you got to do is be like, all right, what is it that I really want to be known for? What is it that I really want to devote the rest of my life to? What is it that I could talk about for years to come, where people could approach me for speaking, or I could write a book on it, or I could build other products around this? What is that going to be? So how do you make that transition? Well, first you got to look at, where is it that I want to go? Like, you got to know. You just have to know what's that direction. You just have to know what's the end thing. You got to know what you want. Can't do it without that. Now, sometimes what can happen is that you can start to create content and then discover in the process of creating that content, oh wow, I actually like this and I want to double down in this area, or this would be cool to expand further out to. So you could approach it two ways. You can literally start to create the content first and see what's working, what's not, like experiment with it. I always say this thing, experiment on social media, don't experiment with your customers. Like, you got to go in with your customers and know what you're doing. Social media is a little bit more forgiving, where you can try something, you can communicate more on an idea, you can expand on the idea, and then in that process, pen down, in that process, what you can do is you can actually find other avenues that you can pursue and run down. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to start introducing these ideas very slowly over time. Whatever that end result is, like let's say you're known for insurance and you want to become a business expert. Well, what do? Well, if you have the knowledge of a business expert, what you want to start doing is introducing those things that you're doing. Now, you don't want to compare yourself to the big boys that are out there, but I will say this, because of everything that's happened recently with the environment, and not the environment, but the COVID deal, the riots and all that stuff. Well, I could say environment because it's a little crazy. It's considered an environment. There's people that have the opportunity to explode right now. And those people are the ones that have stayed steady all the way through this. Those are the ones that showed up all the time with content. Those are the ones that have showed up and delivered great content and also made good decisions for their company, their clients, and their customers. So what you do is you start to introduce these ideas of what you did during hard times, what you've been doing during intense times, what you did that made your thing successful. How did you do that? How did you grow? Like my company, our last 90 days have been our highest months ever, month after month. Like we keep beating the month. And so, which is crazy in an economical landscape. So we promote that, we talk about that because it's like, yeah, we do promotion, we do production, we do design, we do all those things, but there's an aspect of business management and skills and technology in there that led to that happening. It's more than just, oh, this guy's an expert in promotion. He actually knows how to build his business. So what is it in your realm that you know what to do? And if you want to go to that level where it's like, okay, I need to say more about this. I don't want to be known as this, I want to be known as that. Perfect example. I got known as being a video guy. And honestly, I didn't like it. Like it was part of the deal, and I liked it for a core thing, and I still love the video production, but that's like 2% of everything that I do. I help companies build products, I help companies advertise, I help companies identify a message, I help debug problems within companies. Like we do so much more than just the gamut of promotion and of just video production. And that's me taking responsibility for all my clients. So how do you start to take that thing to the next level? Well, you start to expand out on what you know. Now, I talk about this a lot, but if you're trying to get to that next space, you literally have to sit down, write it out. This is what I know. These are the verticals I can talk about. These are the verticals I can communicate with, and you can start to expand outwards instead of staying concentrated in one thing. This is why I don't like the niche talk, and I've talked about that. It's like, oh, I'm only known for this. No, I have a lot more experience and knowledge that I can actually share. And so those are the ways that I would actually progress into something else, and that's exactly what I did. I'm like, we got to go hardcore on promotion. We got to go hardcore on design. We got to go hardcore on just showcasing everything that exists out there. So if you found yourself, man, the content's stagnant, man, I want to reinvent this, I want to expand out into something else, this is how you actually would do it. And you got to introduce it slowly over time, but strategically and tactically as to not alienate the people that follow you. You want to slide it in, slide it in slightly, little by little, and then start to really hammer it on in a few weeks. So that's the steps of what you do when it's stagnant. You reevaluate, you analyze, you listen to conversations, and then you say, all right, I want to be known for this. I want to go bigger. I want to go global. I want to expand this out. And in order to do that, you have to know all the pieces that are connected to it. So my biggest piece of advice for you in this video is to take stock of what's in there and then write that out, get the plan, and then run with it, okay? So I hope that helps you. Hope that answers some questions. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notifications. Turn on the notifications. Turn on the notifications. Turn on the notificados so that you know when I'm putting content out. Have a great day.